Here we go.
Yeah, the racers have both readied up. Due to a little bit of Twitch delay, we will be seeing the action within 10 to 15 seconds, but I'm looking forward to this match. Another one where their PBs are like within 3 seconds of each other, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. We definitely get into the nitty-gritty of these matchups when there's so few people left.
Yeah, I believe Montucky and we were like 2 seconds apart.
1 second even.
Oh yeah, that's right, he had his unrecorded 801. Well, I actually shouldn't say that, it was like partially recorded.
It was recorded, it just hadn't been, since it happened 10 minutes beforehand, he couldn't really highlight it since he had to prepare for the match. But as we're babbling on about this, both the competitors kind of off to a slow start right now. Darkwing managed to get a little bit of a 5-chain there, so he caught Lakitu raising a stack, so we'll see what happens here. But, oh man, Lakitu's going to have a chain lined up here and be able to clear some more garbage and waste some more time. And Edobean's Lakitu playing with a really, really high stack of blocks right now. She could get lucky and get a really quick kill here.
Oh man, so a couple of slow Lakitus for both of these players.
Cheated stack is
well, I guess
the line.
If you're gonna have a slow Lakitu, it's good that your opponent has one as well. So it kind of keeps them just basically even at this point. Darkwing with maybe about like a 10-second lead right now.
Yeah, though I have this feeling that this will be a running theme throughout the match. Maybe that'll change quickly. You never know.
Well, we got Darkwing with a pretty good bumpty there. Gonna gain on his lead a little bit more, it looks like, but Edo answers back with a 22 herself, so pretty good stage for her.
Good. And for those of you just joining us who don't quite understand what's going on here, welcome to a very hold on a second. We got a death on Darkwing's side. Bit uncharacteristic for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that stack on the right side was blame Poochie, of course. That stack on the right side was way too tall.
Yeah, looked like he raised his stack.
Yeah,
a little too high there. Just actually raising it to his own death there. But those of you who don't understand what exactly is going on here, this is essentially an exercise in garbage stacking. You make combos and chains to send garbage to your opponent, and it does two things for you. Not only does it send the garbage, but it also stops the stack from rising for a little bit of time, which we will call that stop time. We will refer to that quite a bit, but you want to ultimately what you want to do is make a balance of combos and chains to maximize your efficiency in taking out both these opponents, because after all, it's almost going to be faster exclusively to send 2 rows of garbage at a time rather than just one. Let's tune back into the action here. Looks like Edo has a Wiggler sufficiently topped off, but she's gonna have to wait for some stop time to run out, and there's a 44 for Edo. Darkwing getting into the mid to late stages of his own Wiggler, and he's experiencing a similar struggle in topping off the stack, but his follow-up should be enough there for a 31. Let's see what Edo does here.
Yeah, so he managed to gain a little bit of time there, unfortunately. Like, 30 seconds isn't too bad for the early stages, but at the level of competition, most of the time you want to aim for, if not a sub 20, maybe like the mid 20 kind of range. But both of these competitors have had kind of like similar times. Unfortunately, the difference in the lead right now is mostly due to that death that Darkwing had a little bit earlier. But Edo finishes up Froggy at a 33. Not too bad at all. Darkwing might be able... Oh, he gets a really fast stage with a 16.
Yeah, 16. That is very well done.
Darkwing showing why he is a former world record holder in this category. Definitely showing a bit of his experience at this point.
Sometimes some of the best kills you can get were some that he got on that stage prior to, where the AI just plays with one like really high stack and just ends up killing himself really early. It almost happened there again with Blarg, but it looks like this rebound's going to be good enough, and he gets a 19 second and will retake the lead barely over Edobean. They're neck and neck right now.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, these races will generally start off pretty close, as the talent at this level will get very similar times early on. It won't be until like the last third of the game where you start to see any significant separation, and even then the randomness that this game provides can do enough to keep a lot of these matches closer than perhaps they should. Nice 22 from Darkwing though, looking to maintain his lead a little bit, as Edo is still looking for some garbage to fill Lungefish's stack. You really want to try and fill these stacks with garbage above all else. It almost doesn't matter how fast you get it done. That's like the #1 way to avoid losing time in this game.
And basically after that death that he had earlier, it looks like he's got back onto his footing because he's been getting some pretty well consistent times for the most part. But Edo looking like she's like, well, I'm still here, you know, don't forget about me, as she cleans up that stage and back on the 8th stage again. But as I say that, Darkwing finishes with a very solid 24 second. He's getting these sub 25 second fights, and he's going to be heading on into the cave, which is going to be the brutal part of the run.
Yeah, the cave is notably brutal because the earlier opponents don't necessarily look for chains. They're just trying to match a bunch of panels in a row. They look for more combos than chains. Nice force kill on Edo's Raphael there for the 24. But these opponents in the cave, they will specifically go out of their way to look for chains, and chains give you more stop time than combos do, because they're supposed to be harder to pull off. So these opponents have the potential to last just a little bit longer than they do in the early going.
Yeah, they'll chain more, they'll have a higher stack, which could lead to their death, but usually ends up causing more lag, especially when they're doing more clears. So these matches can last for a while, but Darkwing didn't have too much trouble with hook build there, and he'll get a 33 second time. Let's see if Edo can make a pretty good response here, and she will with the 23. Very nice time.
Wait.
Keeping things close.
I like how that at the same time. That sounded so cool.
Yeah. Both of them are keeping it pretty close right now. One will usually get like a quicker time than the other, but they'll bring it back the next stage here. Darkwing might be able to get a pretty good kill here, and he does with Piranha. A very nice 19 second. He is saying, hey, you may be able to cut into my lead a little bit here, but I'm just going to keep extending it with these very nice times.
Looking at sub 10, possibly.
Yeah, sub 10 is very possible here. Edo got a really big chain going right there with the 9 chain, so Piranha will be topped off for a while. The question is, when is Piranha actually going to die?
Yeah, unfortunately, even though sending bigger chains can be very safe in ensuring that your opponents get topped off, it does make the screen shake very violently when the block falls down a little bit, and that screen shake doesn't eat into the stop times. So you can't kill these opponents while that screen shake is happening. Doesn't seem.
Yeah, as you can see a little bit on Edo's screen, like the screen will shake, and she's like, the opponent's clearing more blocks when that happens, but it just leads for a longer / safer kill. But both of them clean up that stage about at the same time. Darkwing is going to be heading onto the final stage of Bowser here. Bowser can troll anyone, and so Edo still has a shot if Kamek's fast enough. We'll see how Bowser plays with Darkwing.
Yeah, I did see Darkwing lose to Bowser in a practice run just before this match, so you can't. You still can't rule anyone out. Bowser does appear to be sufficiently topped off, though. We'll see if there's any stop time left, and there is not.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Darkwing will take the first race as he barely gets that sub 10. Very nice time for him. Race spot officially clocks him in at 9:58, and that's when it looked like his timer was probably stopping on the screen as well. So props to him. Like that late game after the death, it was really consistent fights. Maybe like 1 or 2 over 40 seconds, but he had plenty in the low 20s and the high teens.
Yeah, after that death, he really got it together and started getting some nice fights. So, very well done on Darkwing for recovering and taking game 1.
And this is a best of 3 tournament match, like most of our matches in this tournament. So another win for Darkwing, and he will be moving on to the next round to take on the 7 seed Demolition Derby.
And the loser, well, sadly is eliminated.
Well,
Yeah, majority of the matches that are going to be coming up are going to be loser bracket runs. So we're down to the final 10 people left in bracket right now, and with only 2 people left in winners, there's going to be a lot of people getting eliminated in the upcoming matches.
at least these two have a race at SGDQ to look forward to either way.
Yeah, this game will be featured at SGDQ this year with a 4-way race, and these are actually 2 of the people that will be racing it. So if Edo does manage to lose the second game after this, maybe she can get some revenge at the SGDQ race. You never know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Very possible.
Yes, FFR Bro 21 and myself are also taking part in the SGDQ race, a 4-way affair. I still can hardly believe that we got a 4-way race at a GDQ. That is pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's gonna be one hype race.
All right. Oh, Edo still not quite having Bowser's stack filled, just barely not running out of stop time, but there we go. There we go. Edo finally getting Bowser to run out of stop time, and she will finish this first race with a time of 12 minutes 44 seconds. So I would say both players are falling a bit in line with their general averages. I find Darkwing tends to go somewhere within the 9:45 to 11 and a half minute range, and Edo, most of Edo's runs tend to fall somewhere in the 10 to 12, 13 minute range. So she's a little more unpredictable, but when she's on point, she's about as good as anyone in this tournament, as she does have a top 10 time on the speedrun leaderboard. In fact, Edo is 8th on the board. Darkwing is in 9th place as far as real time is concerned. Alright, we've got a record in the race channel. The race has been rematched, and we will get this second race underway soon. Yeah, Fort99 in chat definitely brings up a good point regarding how difficult it can be to follow the action in a four-way race, and even with one person playing, I find that there is some general difficulty in following the action. But we will definitely have some of our best available on commentary to try and sort out all of the action for you, including our very own tournament organizer BB Forky, going to be on the couch leading the action at SGDQ.
Alright, so we have the next match underway now. So Cards, what do you think Edo has to do differently to pull the win in her favor, and what does DW have to keep doing to secure another win here?
Well, I think the main difference in both of their play styles is how many combos they incorporate in their chains. Nice little bounce from Darkwing there to get the 13. You want to make a balance of combos and chains to maximize your stacking capabilities and maximize how quickly you can fill these opponents' stacks. And nice 25 from Edo there. Edo has trouble in general finding more the 5 combos, the 6 combos to fill these stacks. And a 12 from Darkwing. He's off to a very, very fast start here. This is pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
he built himself a really, really good lead right now. You hardly see sub-20s for this kind of competition, and when you see sub-15s, those are just like everything went right for you. And it looks like he's looking to tack another one on right here. Let's see what he can do. He's got a 7 chain, maybe an 8 chain. He's gonna drop it early. A smart decision there. But Poochie's playing with a really, really low stack, which is unfortunate.
Wow.
So blame Poochie again.
Yeah,
Poochie ruins everything.
yeah, he sent more than Darkwing sent more than enough garbage to kill most opponents there, but in that case, Poochie was not playing like most opponents.
Yeah, he will get the backup there with a 33-second. Poochie just didn't have enough momentum left in him to keep clearing there, which is a good thing. But let's see if Edo can get a pretty good Poochie here and gain back a little bit of time. I don't think she sent too much garbage, but she's got another chain going on here. Ended at a 3 chain. Still won't be quite enough. She's going to be losing a little bit more time to Darkwing right now.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Edo really needs to try and focus on finding the five combo formations, these 6 combo formations, those combos that can really stack much easier than the general 4 combo garbage that she tends to spam. If she can find more of those bigger combo formations, she can open herself up to greater opportunities in this match. But I don't know, Darkwing's trying to pull away here.
Yeah, Poochie just not wanting to give up on either opponent's side, more Edo's side, and it looks like Poochie will be finished off with a 114 here, but that's never a good stage, especially really, really early on, as Darkwing's built up basically a 2-stage lead at this point in time.
And wow, Edo blames Poochie. Darkwing will move on to Blarg with a 25 Froggy. Very, very solid out of him.
Yeah, he's definitely found his rhythm now. He's starting to get these sub-30s, sub-20s that we're used to seeing.
Looks like Darkwing may have Blarg stack topped off here, and the stop time runs out for an 18.
I would actually keep an eye on his screen because he's on pretty good pace for a PB right now, actually, too. All these stages are going by really, really fast. So
Yeah,
I won't jinx it, but it's looking pretty good for him right now if he can get a pretty good
He's
cave.
got some time to play around with here for certain.
yeah. We won't say anything just yet.
No, it's way too early to call it in anyone's favor. The cave has shown enough of that. in this tournament. But hey, 24 from Darkwing there, and that's definitely what he needs to be able to maintain this pace.
Yeah.
And he's got like just about a 3-stage lead. Edo's just been struggling on these past couple stages, and Darkwing has been taking a full advantage of it. She needs to get into a better funk right now, or else she's just not going to be able to catch up.
Unfortunately, Edo does tend to wear her emotions on her sleeve, especially with this game. She tends to get down on herself when she starts struggling a bit. I find her to be a little more susceptible to that than most. So it will be interesting to see how she is able to respond in this going forward, especially since she has a little bit of a self-confidence problem going in, because she thinks she has like no real shot at beating Darkwing.
Yeah, she said that multiple times, I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard her on screen say it.
If she can finish off Froggy here, Raphael's giving Darkwing some trouble right now. He keeps finding these dropping chains, but he will get the 1 minute win there. And man, is that 3 straight 1 minute matches for Edo right now? This is pretty unfortunate.
Ouch.
Oh, wow. You don't fill these opponents' stacks with garbage immediately. You just lose so much time trying to come back.
Yeah, the battle to try and recover can just be like the most brutal battle ever. Like, you really need to top him off right from the start and keep him topped off.
Nice 16 from Edo there on Blarg. That will definitely do wonders to raise her spirits, at least.
That's the fight she needs, and she needs a miracle like these last 3 stages for Darkwing. The computers just gotta go in and clear everything that they possibly can, because it's looking pretty slim for her right now. But hey, it's Tetris Attack. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, Darkwing was starting to look like he was going to be on PB pace there for a minute, and he was well aware of that. So yeah, you have to wonder what his mindset's going to be as he gets through these last few stages, wondering what might have been.
Yeah, and that can play in a player's head a little bit. It's like, oh, I could have PB'd, and then you kind of lose focus of what you're doing in the present time.
Well, that's a nice 28 from Darkwing, though, going to his patented flying wiggler strats for the cave. Doesn't take too much time to select a different character at the start of the cave, and Darkwing goes with his trusty flying wiggler, and it seems to do well for him for the most part.
Yeah, his whole run this time around has been pretty solid for the most part on each stage. He's been sending enough garbage. He's got to be careful here, though. He doesn't have too many blocks, but luckily Kamek didn't send a lot of garbage to begin with, so he'll be able to raise his stack a little bit there. Let's see, Edo managed to get a 24-second on Raphael, so she's trying to make a comeback right now, but is it just going to be a little bit too late right now? We'll see how Kamek goes on.
Oh, Kamek doesn't look like he has anything lined up here. Oh, he's wasting all of his panels. And there he goes, running out of time. And 47 will enable Darkwing to get to this final stage with an opportunity for a sub 10. A very good opportunity for sub 10.
I think he can do it back to back sub 10.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat right now. Like Edo would need like sub 15s and sub 20s, then Bowser would just have to troll Darkwing to no ends.
which I have seen Darkwing take like 2-3 minutes on this stage alone, so it is not out of the realm of possibility.
He's got a good start though.
He almost got the kill immediately there, but Bowser managed to have just one last row of blocks to get the clear on him. So this was the beginning of it. Can Bowser troll a little bit longer? Edo's still struggling a little bit with a hook bill over there, but it looks like this will be the kill for Darkwing. Another nice sub 10. He got done really late in IRC, but that was like a 954.
Yeah, very, very consistent, very solid efforts from Darkwing, and unfortunately that means we're gonna have to say goodbye to Edobean in this tournament.
Not at all.
Yeah, the last female competitor is gone.
Definitely a bit of the crowd favorite over here for sure. She'll probably be one of the crowd favorites at SGDQ, but she certainly put up a valiant effort here. But she knew what she was running into. She figured she was going to be in for an uphill battle.
What was she into? What?
And and we're joined by Darkwing right now, who just won those last 2 races. Darkwing, congrats on 2 sub 10s in a row. Did you think you were playing pretty well for the most part?
No, I died on Poochie.
Yeah,
I did see that on the first one, but it seemed like after that you were able to pick it up and getting consistent like 6 or 7 chains with some combo garbage in between.
Calm down. Like my practice, I spent an hour warming up and I was terrible. It was really, really, really bad. So I decided I was not. Yeah, my mind wasn't very good, and then the death on Poochie, I think it calmed down because I expected, I'm going to just lose this match and then just, spend the rest of the match, loosening up still and try to, calm down and get my nerves about me. And then I ended up with like 4 or 5 straight, right around 20-second times for the next 5, up until the cave. And it's like, I looked at because you guys know I use in-game timer for me, and I just saw I was at plus 70 after Wiggler pace to what I want, and then it stayed on that same pace and that just seeing that really calmed me down, and then I just played pretty consistently the rest of the way. Didn't have a good cave on the second match, but
what can you do?
Yeah, it just 2 seconds. Well, I hit done late on the second match, but that's pretty much the same times.
Right.
Which I can't complain about.
Consistency in this game. What is that? It seems to be a foreign concept to a lot of people. So yeah, it's definitely good that you're able to get a little bit of consistency there.
Yeah, and just even if you didn't think you were playing good enough, it did manage to bump you along for the next round, but you'll be going against Devilish Derby next. I don't know if you've seen a little bit of how he's been playing in the tournament, but how do you feel going up in your next matchup, do you think? Oh, he went on mute right now, but we won't worry about that. We'll watch Edo as she's finishing off her last stage here. Her cave hasn't been the best right now, but she managed to get the last 2 stages not too bad. And let's see how Bowser acts right now. But she is like really, really low on garbage.
Well, at least either way, she retains her title as Queen of Tetris Attack.
Yeah, for now.
I don't know. Don't let Nicole hear that. I'm not sure she'd be that pleased with the.
Yeah.
With
Nicole's
that title.
I don't think she's watching right now. I'm not worried.
Alright. Got a 4 chain here from Edo. That looks to be enough to top off Bowser, and there we go.
She'll finish with a sub 15 at least, so not the worst time in the world.
think we've got game feed going to Darkwing's mic again.
Some choice music there.
I will. Yeah. Good music, but just blaring a little bit too loud. Discord likes to do things to people's computers sometimes, so it's probably just
That's okay. Darkwing,
something going on there. But yeah, that was their match there. Darkwing pretty much in control of both of those games. A little bit of a hiccup like he mentioned at the beginning of the other one, but he managed to take that 2-0. All of our matches today we've seen were pretty dominant 2-0 victories.
Yeah, that's definitely not what we've been seeing for most of this tournament. Seemed like in the early going we had a lot of 2-0s, and then for a large part of the middle 3 rounds of the middle 2 to 3 rounds of the tournament, we saw a bunch of 2-1 victories. But all except for our one upset were all the matches this week 2-0s.
That is very true. I guess this is a good time to look at our bracket. We're going to be down to our final 9 people right now, and we'll take a look at losers since that's just what went on right now. So as we mentioned, Darkwing will be taking on Demolition Derby. We'll have 1 week left, or 1 stage left for this week, and it's going to be Alta Biscuit versus Lightning, and that's going to be going on sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure who's going to be taking that. Are you going to be streaming that tomorrow, Cards?
I might as well. I have been taking on most of these matches, so I'll be glad to take that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time we'll have to check in, but like usual, just tune into someone's Twitter and find out. But after that match, we're gonna have our top 8 figured out in 2 more losers rounds until the final 6 is streamed on Speed Gaming. So I think these are some pretty interesting matchups for the most part. Oh boy.
More audio issues.
Darkwing's cracking me up right now.
Yeah, that's
you're good, Darkwing, if you can hear me in the chat or something.
That's the way that happens.
I don't know. It takes like random audio somehow, or if you have a stream up, who knows. But Alta versus Lightning tomorrow is going to be another seeds that are really close, 8 versus 10, only separated by 2, so it should be a really nice matchup. But then looking in the next week's matches, Dev versus Darkwing, that'll be really close. I'm not sure who's going to be able to take that, because that's basically like your old school dominant person versus the new up and coming riser with Demolition Derby, because he's put in some work in some very short time.
That he has.
I think it'll be a battle of, like, I guess the generations of speedrunning, if you will call it that.
And then Alta or Lightning versus Flagelstan. That match, like, all 3 of those are kind of a toss-up because they're a little bit of those like middle seeds, 8, 10, and 12 guys that I've seen play at the GDQs and participate in tournaments, and they're kind of just like wild cards. They have that potential to break out and get a really good time, or they can typically struggle. So it'll be interesting to see which one of those 3 will advance to face Montucky. And then our winners bracket basically decided for right now, Cards versus FFR Pro. That won't be until the final stream, because winners bracket's pretty far advanced right now. So
That's right.
any thoughts, Cards, Thomas, or Jake, on upcoming matchups you're excited for? The matches today, what are your opinions?
We are definitely getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and like you said, the 3 of Alta Biscuit, Lightning, and Flagelstan, they are definitely some of the most unpredictable players we have remaining in this tournament. So those 2 matches are definitely going to be something. I'm just hyped for SGDQ. I'm just hyped for the final 6 stream next weekend. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, the best part about this tournament is just like being able to like broadcast it to a lot of people, because I have seen a lot of new faces who really haven't seen what this game is capable of speedrun wise, and you know, just getting a lot of people informed, because the reason for this tournament anyway was just kind of like a pre-hype for SGDQ. So hope you guys can tune in and watch the last couple of matches before our final day of this, and then tune in for the SGDQ broadcast as well, because these runners are really, really good at what they do, and you won't be disappointed by like the finals or the race that's happening.
Yeah, it is going to be one awesome final stream.
I guess with that said, I'll say again, make sure to tune in tomorrow. It'll be on Card's channel, Alta Biscuit versus Lightning 55. I want to say that's going to happen around 6 Eastern time. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be sometime in the evening.
Yeah, I think that was the earliest I heard that was going to potentially happen.
It'll happen. Just watch Card's stream. If you don't follow him, you should, because he's pretty good at the game.
So I hear.
That's a little bit of an understatement.
So I hear. I also hear I'm pretty good at like every other game in the series.
You got some skill.
Some. I think that should be emphasized. Some. Just some.
Yeah.
All right. That'll be it for us, though. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Until next time, everyone.